You know that feeling when you've just finished watching a movie and instead of immediately reaching for your phone, you just sit there? You don't want the moment to end. That was me after watching Spider-Man Brand New Day, and after thinking about it for a while, I genuinely believe this is Tom Holland's best Spider-Man movie that he has ever done. Not just that, I think this is comfortably in the top three Spider-Man movies ever made. Now I know that's a huge statement. We've had Spider-Verse, we've had Spider-Man 2, or we've had No Way Home. So saying Brand New Day belongs in that conversation. Already it sounds crazy, but after watching it, I can't stop thinking about it. And don't worry, this review is completely spoiler free. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about is the reboot that isn't a reboot. The first thing I absolutely loved about this movie is that this movie somehow manages to feel like a reboot without actually rebooting anything. Like, they didn't just erase the past, they didn't pretend the previous movies never happened. Everything Peter has been through, it still happened. It's not like it's some magical spell that just disappears everything. No, that is none of that bullshit is there. Everything has happened, every loss, every victory, every sacrifice. But this movie feels like opening a brand new chapter. It's almost like meeting Peter Parker again, except he's older, more mature, and carrying the weight of everything we've already seen. That's everything that's already established in the franchise. And that is something incredibly difficult to pull off. Most franchises either reboot completely or they keep piling on more and more characters until the story becomes overwhelming. Brand New Day finds the perfect balance. It feels fresh, but it still feels earned. The second point that I want to talk about is a grounded Spider-Man. This is something that I have missed since I don't know, as far as I can remember. One word kept coming into my mind throughout the movie was just grounded, just how grounded this entire thing felt end to end. This feels like your friendly neighborhood Spider Man again. The stakes are personal, the emotions are personal, the conflicts are somewhat personal. It's not trying to save the multiverse every 20 minutes, and honestly, uh, that's what you want, that's what I want from a Spider-Man movie, and I miss that. Since maybe Spider-Man Homecoming, and Spider-Man has always been at his best when the biggest challenge isn't defeating some universe-ending villain. Now, I get it, I love No Way Home and it was cool, but I just wanted to see Spider-Man back to his very roots, back to his basics. It's Peter Parker trying to live a normal life while constantly failing because he's Spider-Man. This movie understands that, and that's what makes it so refreshing. Now, this might be Tom Holland's best performance as Spider-Man. I've always liked Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but this is in my opinion, easily his best performance. There's a confidence here that wasn't present before, or maybe it was, I just did not notice that. Uh, but for me, in this movie, it felt very, very evident. It felt different. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about confidence as Peter. I'm talking about confidence from Tom himself, Tom the actor. It feels like he completely understands his character now. He doesn't have to prove he's Spider-Man anymore. He just is Spider-Man. He owns that role. The emotional scenes, they feel natural. The funny moments actually land finally in an MCU movie, and the quieter moments, so when he's simply just existing as Peter Parker, might be some of my favorite scenes in the entire movie. The action is incredible, but not because it's bigger, because it's smarter. Every fight tells you a story, every punch has a weight, every swing through New York feels exciting again. And if you have played the Spider-Man games, Insomniac Spider-Man games, Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, Miles Morales, then you'd see that the movie takes some inspiration for its action from those games. I'm not going to go into too much detail in that, but if you've played the games, then you will definitely see that. And one thing I especially appreciated is that the action never overshadows the character. The movie always remembers that Peter Parker is more important than Spider-Man, and that's exactly how it should be. Another thing that really stands out for me in this movie is the tonality of the entire thing. This movie has something that I think the MCU has been missing lately. Just the balance of it all. It's funny, but it knows when to stop joking. It's emotional, but it never becomes melodramatic. It's serious, but it never forgets Spider-Man's optimism. That balance makes the emotional moments just hit even harder, because the movie earns them. Instead of forcing you to feel something, it lets the emotions build naturally. Why this movie works? I think the biggest reason this movie succeeds is because it remembers what Spider-Man has always been about from a very, very long time, since the starting of the character. From what I know from the comics, he has been about responsibility, hope, sacrifice, and kindness. Peter Parker isn't inspiring because he's the strongest superhero. He's inspiring because no matter how many times life knocks him down, he gets back up. And this is something that we've been missing from the Spider-Man franchise, from the Spider-Man series or the Spider-Man movies from a very long time. Brand New Day understands that better than almost any Spider-Man movie in recent years. It strips away the distractions and focuses on the person behind the mask. My only small complaint is that no movie is perfect, and Brand New Day isn't perfect either. There are a couple of moments where I wish the movie slowed down just a little bit more. Some character interactions deserved another scene or two, and a few story beats happen a little faster than I would have liked. But honestly, uh, those are some minor complaints, and none of them affected how much I enjoyed the movie. Uh, is it better than No Way Home? This is probably the question everyone is asking. Is it better than No Way Home? For me, I would say yes. Yes, it is. No Way Home was an incredible event. Brand New Day is a better Spider-Man movie. No Way Home relied on nostalgia. Brand New Day relies on storytelling, and that's why I think it'll age incredibly well. Years from now, people won't just remember the surprises, they'll remember the journey, and this might end up becoming the Spider-Man 2 of this generation. My final verdict on this, I would say when I walked into the theater, I expected a good Spider-Man movie. I didn't expect one of my favorites. Brand New Day reminded me of why I love this character in the first place. Not because he's the strongest, because he has the coolest suit, not because he saves the world, but because uh, there's a person behind the mask, there's a human behind the mask, and he is human. He struggles, he makes mistakes, he keeps moving forward anyway. That's Spider-Man. And this movie understands that better than almost any live action Spider-Man film we've gotten. For me, it's Tom Holland's best Spider-Man movie, and without hesitation, it's in my top three Spider-Man movies of all time. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch it now. And if you already have, I'd love to know where you rank it, how you feel about it, because I have a feeling this movie is going to start a lot of debates. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more gaming and movie content, and let me know your spoiler-free thoughts down in the comments below. Please refrain from spoiling the movie for those who haven't watched it yet. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.